Good Wednesday morning, friends. It is 9:21. I'm meteorologist Ashley Ruiz. Thank you for joining me on the live stream brproud.com and the BR Proud app. My earring just fell off. Well, anyway, we're going to get into a lot this morning. We'll start with the tropics, and then we're going to talk about what we're dealing with here in the capital city. Heavy rain causing a mess of weather on our area interstates, I-10, I-12, and then even along Airline and some other areas surrounding I-55 due to some coastal flooding. So starting with the tropical satellite, we have post-tropical cyclone Teddy, post-tropical cyclone Paulette, and the remnants of Beta. So that is also a post-tropical cyclone. No additional development is expected from the National Hurricane Center. That's per their latest update for the next 2 to 5 days. Now beyond that, 7 to 10 days out, I do think we may have to watch a wave off of Africa and then possibly in the Western Caribbean. And that's associated with a cool front that is set to move in next week, which it's all tied together. I'll give you the details on that coming up in a few minutes. But let's start with the remnants of Beta. So this area of low pressure that you see just near the upper Texas coast, and then this associated boundary. This boundary is going to lift to the northeast as a warm front in the coming hours, and that's going to add some additional fuel to the atmosphere. We're dealing with some strong thunderstorms this morning, but that will likely work over the atmosphere a little bit, but then when this warm front lifts, we could see some additional storm development this afternoon. So looking at the satellite and radar, you see this line of showers and thunderstorms moving from south to north and weakening, and it's pushing to the east. It'll likely make it to the I-55 corridor in the next hour or two. The excessive rainfall outlook for today and tonight, the Weather Prediction Center has most of our area under marginal and slight risk for excessive rainfall. So that means we could see some heavy rain, could lead to some isolated flash flooding. But the heaviest of rain, the highest rain totals likely to stay in that moderate risk zone, which includes areas closer to central and northern Louisiana and western Mississippi. For the next 60 hours, model guidance, the RPM, GFS, NAM, and European model all have our area sitting under less than an inch of rainfall. That's a good possibility, but I do think some pockets of higher rainfall totals will be possible around the area. Looking at the Weather Prediction Center's rain estimates over the next 72 hours, showing pretty much half of an inch to 2 inches, give or take. Closer to the New Orleans metro, maybe less than an inch. That's widespread rainfall totals. Isolated pockets in excess of 2, 3, 4 inches will be possible if we get caught under some of these rain bands. So another look outside this morning. It's wet, it's dreary, 72 degrees, and it's breezy. East-northeast wind at 13 miles per hour. Temperatures will warm up, especially once that warm front lifts to the north a little later. You'll notice it's going to get more humid on top of what we're already seeing out there. So a broad view of the Doppler radar this morning. Here's that line I was telling you about. Staying west of I-55, clearing from West Baton Rouge Parish, and then starting to, the heaviest of rain is moving into eastern and southern Iberville Parish, moving into Ascension, and then Livingston as well. So I'll do a radar tour. But then we'll have to watch for some of these thunderstorms a little later as well. Zooming in, Franklin and so areas of St. Mary and Iberia Parish were under a flash flood warning, still under a flash flood warning until further notice, likely seeing some isolated flash flooding due to the heavy rain that moved through the area a little not too long ago, about 2 to 4 inches of rain there. Pierre Part, and then even, I'll zoom in for you, near Paincourtville, and then even closer toward Donaldsonville, seeing some heavy rain. Belrose, seeing some heavy rain. Likely some gusty winds. Sorrento not getting in on the heavy rain just yet. Same with Gonzales, but that is going to change shortly. And then Gardere, areas near Seagan, Highland, seeing some moderate rainfall. Denham Springs, Baton Rouge Metro, again, Walker, Livingston, just naming out some areas, seeing some moderate rain. Zachary near Slaughter, you're seeing some heavier pockets, but overall we're not seeing any widespread heavy rain. Gross Tate and Rosedale, you're drying out, but again, still could see some thunderstorms a little later. As for rain totals over the last 12 hours, some spots over 1 inch, some up to 4 inches, but very, very isolated amounts. And we'll likely, again, get anywhere from a half of an inch up to possibly 2 inches of rain with isolated spots higher than that. So I'll break down some of the risks that we could see today, including a marginal risk for severe weather for the threat for spin-up tornadoes and then some damaging winds. That would likely occur later this morning, but more so this afternoon and early evening, thanks to that warm front lifting to the north. So we will be in the warm sector, and that will in turn lead to some instability building, and then that could lead to some strong thunderstorm development, and we'll have to watch for some rotating thunderstorms. The main threat ultimately with what's left of beta will be some flash flooding. So again, low-lying areas and especially areas surrounding coastal zones. That includes Lake Maurepas, Lake Pontchartrain, areas near the Amite. You're likely dealing with coastal flooding either way because of the persistent east and southeasterly wind. So we're back under a flash flood watch. This continues till tomorrow, although I don't think we're going to have the heavy rain threat through tomorrow afternoon. It should begin to end starting tomorrow morning, I'm thinking. 2 to 4 inches with locally higher amounts are a good possibility. Coastal alerts in effect, mainly the coastal flood warning that's in effect for areas, again, surrounding Lake Maurepas and Lake Pontchartrain to the mouth of the river. That is in effect until noon, and then minor flooding. So some coastal flooding will continue to be possible at least until Thursday. So we could see 3, maybe 4 feet of inundation, but that's mainly during high tide cycles. And then Ascension Parish and then closer to the coast, that's where we could see 1 to 2 feet of inundation during high tide cycles, again because of the east and southeasterly wind. Winds will not relax and subside until Thursday, maybe late on Thursday. So walking you through the Futurecast is HRRR model, the only model that has been picking up on current radar trends. So into the later portion of the morning, we'll likely still be tracking showers and thunderstorms around the area, and these will continue to move from south to north and then push to the east as well. Looking forward to the afternoon. Again, may see some breaks in the rain. Some spots may not even get much in the way of rainfall, but then we're going to have to watch for some development for some isolated thunderstorms as that area of low pressure lifts to the northeast. And that would likely be, again, during the afternoon, evening, and into the overnight hours. Now, even though we may be done with the rain tomorrow, we'll likely still be dealing with some wraparound moisture and some wraparound cloud cover associated with what's left of beta. So don't expect wall-to-wall sunshine just yet on Thursday. We'll see more sunshine as we head into the weekend, and that's when rain chances will also go down. So 70% chance for rain today. Thursday, 40%, more so during the morning, dropping to around 30% on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday around a 20% chance for rain. So what we're focusing on, of course, right now is what's left of beta, breezy conditions, strong storms, the risk for flash flooding, coastal flooding, and then perhaps a few tornadoes. Lower rain chances this weekend, and then it is looking more likely that we may have a pair of cold fronts move through next week, one of which would be Sunday into Monday. That would essentially just kind of wash out some of that moisture that's trapped here. That will bring us some slightly drier air, and then we dry out. Second front would likely not move into the area until Wednesday. Tuesday into Wednesday perhaps, and the Climate Prediction Center has been locked in on the next 6 to 10 days from now, so that would be next Tuesday through the weekend, so the first weekend of October, below average temperatures, and then 8 to 14 days from now, so in the first and second week of October, we'll see below average temperatures as well. So I'll get to that more in a minute, but this shows, let me back it up, this shows what kind of moisture is available in the atmosphere. So right now we have tropical air mass because, again, from beta, so we have all that Gulf moisture locked in place, and then as it exits the region, we'll likely have some dry air try to wrap around, and then that's when our rain chances will start to diminish. Heading into the weekend, may have some more moisture still in place, so that's why rain chances are not completely zero. Here's a look at Monday. So the first front swings through, and that will likely just knock our humidity values down just a little bit. And then here comes the second front. May not have a lot of moisture with it. This is Tuesday into Wednesday, but maybe we squeeze out a shower. It's not looking likely, though. Behind that, very dry continental air settles into the area. That purple color is indicating some very dry air, and that's all the way through Friday of next week. Dry air would lead to potentially some cooler overnight temperatures. Now, this is not locked in, not set in stone, but it is looking more likely. So these temperatures are likely going to change. This is next week, Sunday into this upcoming Sunday into the following Saturday. We may be waking up to the upper 60s, which is normal, from Sunday all the way to around Tuesday, and then that second front comes, and then we could be waking up to temperatures in the upper 50s and lower 60s. I really hope this happens because that would be our first real front of the season. Some of the models are showing even a little cooler. But keep in mind, still a week out, still 7 to 10 days out, so a lot can change. But this is just what we're currently looking at. I don't want to hide anything from you, don't want to get your hopes up, but let's just hope this does happen because then it will be a nice treat. But then with that front I was telling you about, that could lead to some tropical trouble down the road. The GFS showing potentially something forming in the Western Caribbean 7 to 10 days from now. That is a good possibility. We can't ever sleep on any thunder or any cold front that moves through the area and eventually moves into the Gulf and Caribbean this time of year. Again, we still have plenty of time left until the end of hurricane season. So for now, we can past today, of course, we can relax and not have to worry about tropical trouble at least for a few days. But again, stay weather aware today. We'll see showers and thunderstorms. Some may be on the strong side, and then we could see some flash flooding. Tonight, passing showers and isolated storms are likely, and it will be breezy as well. If you are going to the LSU versus Mississippi State game this weekend, again, rain chances will be on the low side. Temperatures will be in the mid-80s. Looking at your 7-day forecast, again, weather aware today. Have multiple ways to receive warnings. 40% chance for rain on Thursday. By the weekend, highs will be in the mid and upper 80s. It's going to be a bit humid. And then we're looking at mostly sunny skies next week. And then first front Sunday into Monday, second front Tuesday into Wednesday. The timing could change. The intensity could change. So that's going to be something we're going to be watching in the coming days. But again, while today is a weather aware day, go ahead, download the free BR Proud app. If you haven't already, it's free, and you can get push notifications on your phone if there are any warnings, watches, or anything issued. You can get that pushed right to your phone. You can check out the radar before you hit the road this afternoon or anything like that. And you can stay ahead of the thunderstorms. And on our front page on brproud.com, you'll find at the top of the page the interactive radar, all of that, and then the story I posted with all of the information that I've said on that story and the latest weathercast as well. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can reach out to me on social media. Just search meteorologist Ashley Ruiz on Facebook, at Ashley Ruiz WX on Twitter, or you can email me at aruiz@brproud.com. I hope this was helpful. Again, stay weather aware. Could see some flash flooding, perhaps a spin-up tornado or two into the afternoon. So again, we'll continue to keep you guys updated on air, online, and then on the free BR Proud app. So I hope you take care. Have a great day.